Hi and welcome to Scott's Inverts. I'm Scott. These are the inverts, and today we have a chameleon, a Yemen chameleon. So a chameleon that's come all the way from Yemen, or rather that's where it's found. This chameleon was actually given to us. He's an old boy. He's heavily in molt. It's absolutely beautiful. The enclosure that came with is absolutely huge and was also given to us. We are going to make a few changes to the actual enclosure itself, but I'm really excited to have it here at Scott's Inverts. The enemy is absolutely over moon to have the chameleon here. The previous owners called it Charlie. We've decided to keep that name as well. We think it really suits him. He's like me. He is an old grumpy git, but he is absolutely beautiful. I will do an update video on this guy in a couple of weeks time when he's completely fresh out of that molt and we've done those changes that we want to this enclosure. But come with me, we'll go into the front room and I'll show you this guy. So here is our chameleon, our Charlie, our Yemen chameleon, heavily in molt. So do expect some update videos in the forthcoming weeks, updates on himself and the enclosure, because we are going to make some changes to the enclosure. But he is old, he is grumpy, he's just like me, but he is absolutely gorgeous, and his feeding response and how he flicks his tongue out is absolutely amazing. Now this enclosure does come with a fogger. They come from Yemen, so this fogger's on for a couple of minutes in the morning before the lights come on, and when the lights go out at night it's on for a couple of minutes then. This is the actual enclosure, absolutely massive enclosure. That floor there is a concrete base. I do need to waterproof it, but there he is, look, just chilling, just to show you the size of the enclosure compared to the chameleon. All those ropes that you see, we are thinking about taking those out. But this, what I'm pointing out to you guys now, is actually a waterfall. So if we decide to turn it on, this is the way the water falls all the way down there. It drops from there into that bottom basin there, and then into the floor, through that little plug hole and into the bucket below, and then it's pumped back to the top. This allows us to be able to clean the whole enclosure really easy, especially with being no substrate on the floor. To be honest, they don't really come in contact with much substrate because they do live high in the trees. We are thinking about changing these ropes out for branches, so it's a bit more realistic, a bit more naturalistic for him. And where that waterfall is, well, just where my hand is going all the way down there, there isn't actually enough room there for some sort of soil to put plants in, because they do enjoy drinking off the leaves off plants and off running water. I mean, these ropes they're good enough. They do the trick. They've got plenty of grip on there for him. We just thinking go for the branches, go for the logs, go for the plants, make it a lot more naturalistic. Now this is me standing about 2 meters away from the enclosure, just to give you an idea of the size. There's two big air vents at the bottom there, and the top is completely meshed. It's fully heated. There's a basking spotlight at the top, UV. It's got everything there. We are also supplementing with calcium, although it's important to do your research on the D3, as too much D3 can poison these guys. But let's have a close-up. Here he is, right up at the top of the enclosure. He kind of goes in between the top and the bottom of the enclosure, but you can see how he's in heavy molt at the moment. Hopefully he'll be able to get rid of all that. But just check this out. Nice and slow mode this one down for you guys with that tongue. Look at that, boom. Accuracy is mind-bending. And I'm going to show you this in real time. Just now, look. Boom, so fast, so fast. And here he is out with me, just chilling on my hand. Sometimes he's like this, sometimes he's really grumpy. So that's our grumpy chameleon, our male chameleon. Charlie is absolute hit with the whole family. Absolute stunning reptile to have. I feel so lucky. Massive thank you to the previous owners for letting us take over the care. He will be with us for the rest of his life. Massive thank you also to Carl and Nad's Snakes and Lizards. I'll put their Facebook page down in the description. They are worth following. They're breeders. They're really nice people, and they're the ones that put us in touch with this family that was giving away the chameleon. But we are just absolutely over the moon. Moving on from that, this Sunday is the Bristol show. If you're going, let me know, drop me a message. If we're at the show, come and say hello. Our Leo is autistic, so if he's having a bit of a meltdown, just leave us to deal with him, do you know what I mean? If he's not, come say hello and all the rest of it. But thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, we shall see you again on the next one.